Hello and welcome back. The Songs of Six. Here we are. I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage I did. It took me quite some time to get those troopers to actually line up along our massive road here. This is what I'd call the final road here. Of course, all our guys dropped their equipment and arms right here in the middle of the street. You bastards. You dangle bastards. Where does that go? That's supposed to go somewhere, guys. That's not where you leave your stuff, man. Jeez. Welcome back, though. Welcome back. That's a little annoying, because my boy just dropped all of his goods on the ground. And our guys aren't going to go pick that up, because there's only like one warehouse worker per warehouse over there. They didn't intend to come over here and grab all of this stuff. What is this guy? Sick? Kill this guy. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is just for show here. I may build the actual throne and capital down here. I don't know. As I like the idea that they come through the city to get to the throne, I do also like the idea of them coming straight into the capital to the throne. swearing fealty and then being ready to do their thing. I also was looking at other races. I have done a little bit of testing in the background. It took me a couple days. Their road access, 90%, doesn't matter. But their road preference does matter. And I was talking about how you don't need foot fences then. There's no reason for fences. But actually, I was very wrong when I said that. I was a little tired. You do need the fences. The fences are essentially, you don't need them, but you'll be much better off. I think these are some stuck wood as well. You'd be much better off just kind of leaving the fences so that, for example, they follow the road. So you can see that road preference is up because of the fact that, for the most part, they're walking on the roads they like. I may be wrong about that, but that's how my impression of it works. So, on to what's at hand. We have changed up a bit of the city. I have changed this area. It's still the Tailor zone, but we have the Weaver zone as well. I moved the Masons. I took out the orchards here. I kept the pond. I was going to remove it, but I really do like the pond. I think it provides a really good access to swimming. Oop. We cut off the back of this guy's house. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. That should be good, yeah. So I went through and I removed a lot of stuff. I also added a lot more housing. I added another archery range. So we have 3 archery ranges. It looks like it's also degrading a little bit. I might need to give this guy access to a little bit more of that and then do some of that. So that way he can go grab the things he needs. That's probably a big problem for the janitors right now, is that their radius for the warehouse is too small. So those guys aren't getting the resources they need, and they're not keeping things up to standard. Also, you can see I have negative 1,700 technology. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I'm building 2 new labs. They're working. I have human scientists working here. They're specifically designed to work here. You can check that there's the vast majority of them, 72%, are working here. They should be at like 100%. But we'll get more and more of them eventually, and I'll fill those up. So our archery ranges, we have 3 of them, room for 300 people. We have 2 groups of 300. They are trained up to 30%. I was wrong. I thought I was wrong. I thought they weren't up to 300. They are 300-man groups, so there's 600 trained at 30%. Those guys will spray and pray like you wouldn't believe. They're gonna hit some guys with some mean numbers. So hopefully, if we get into battle, we can train these guys up to be a little bit good at melee. But for the vast majority of the time, they're going to be hitting people with archery. And then we will create divisions specifically for defense. But we'll probably only have 300 compared to our like 700, 800 who will be archers. So right now we have 750 quote-unquote badass archers. Pretty good archers. These guys are at 50% training. Those are the guys you saw at the beginning walking down the roads. They have full armor and training. Or weaponry, I should say. They're not training full yet. It's really, really hard to get full training on the... I missed this little bit here. Full training for archers. Very, very hard. So it takes a while. We have our 2 cotton farms. These farms were necessary to keep the weaver going. We weren't making enough fabric from the amount of people that were dying. It looks like we're still not making enough of the fabric to keep up with clothing demand. So we might have to expand this weaver over one more. But that's kind of the power of this little zone here. That's why I like these, so that I can just go boop, put one right here. And it fits the theme. If I want to remove them, I can easily remove them. So we had the whole smelter zone and everything over here. It's gone. We moved it to the other half of the city so that it's closer to where it needs to be. So we are allocating people 2, I think, per person pottery, and they're full. We have 10 potters, and we have 14 clay diggers for 1,000 plus people with pottery. We have a lot of really good resources. I know our food looks short right now, and it is technically because of the fact that the ration maker uses up a lot of it. So I probably will turn him off for now, because it's one ration maker who's made all 1,000 of this rations here, and it seems like the only thing that's kind of messing with our food here is just kind of the population is a little too high. I jumped it up to 1,000 because I wanted to hit 1,000 for the video. Probably shouldn't have done that, but who gives a shit? I can just build more and more of these. And I also have this big old fruit orchard here. So this bad boy, he produces roughly, what does it say, 1.9 thousand fruit per year. So every year he's going to produce some good amounts of fruit. And we have a warehouse here specifically for the fruit. Then we have our pastures, of course, and then down here is where I've done most of the work. So we changed up where the charcoalers were. We have our smelters down here. We have our masons down here. All of our carpenters are working down here. So we have 1.4 thousand carpentry or furniture. We have 2,000 stone, and I have been upgrading things. I've been using it. We also have our woodcutter here for any spare tilapis that I need to get rid of or just to give them a job. And we have our stone mine here. So the should be Garthimes, but it appears to be humans are working down here in this mine, as well as this mine, which no one is working at this mine. What is going on, guys? I think all of my yeah, for the most part my Garthimes are dead. What are they doing? Are you dumb? Yes, they actually really are. This is something that's been a problem for me for a little while now, is you could set these all to the lowest and say, like, I literally only want you to do these jobs, and they won't work for some reason. They'll just be like, I'm not working today. Fuck you. That's ain't what I want to do. And I'm literally giving them the jobs they want. It's weird. I think it's to do with the V66 changes and all kinds of priority changes. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but for the most part, if I go in here and I remove a job, they should, like, for example, if I lowered this all the way down, you click this to lower it all the way down. It still doesn't affect how much people want to work there. But then you check in here, these aren't full. So idealistically, the humans should come and work here first before anything else, but they are working at the other places as well. I don't know if that's to do with the... No, it's not to do with the priority. I'm pretty sure I have a higher priority on... Let's try that. Let's see if that makes the occupation for the humans change. Yes. Okay, so I am stupid. Putting the priority up on the laboratory made it so that all humans start to work at the lab first. So that means that this is empty. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense to me. So I'm willing to spend literally all of my money on slavery because of the fact that I need... That's kind of fucked up. It said 1,700, and then he asked for more when I went to go pay 17. You jerk face. I need more and more of them because ideally these will be filled to the brim. Why are you here, sir? Your job should be to work there, yes. And potentially anywhere else, like a janitor or a warehouse or a hauler. That's what Garthimi are good for. They're good for hauling. I will actually put this up to 13 because I really do want to have... No, we'll put it at the same level as the lab because then they can kind of decide between the two. I don't give a shit about this herb farm, to be honest. Herbs and rations are not a big concern, especially with our meat dropping constantly. Is it? This guy is set to that as well. That's interesting. I'll definitely have to set my next priority on the next episode to food production. I kind of was of the assumption that I had it solved because I've been putting a lot of technology towards... I put considerable amounts of technology towards the husbandry methods. So I had the feeling that that would help me out, but I guess that's not the case. Who knows? Who knows? But for the most part, I've done just expansionism. I'm trying to expand the core of my city so that there's room to expand further. So this is where all the people and everybody will live. I might change where the archery ranges are and put them over here to kind of match with this main zone. As you can tell, I also have a janitor specifically for this. Oh my god, these guys, I can't believe they left these here. They're still sitting here after, like, I'm gonna have to do this for them. That's real annoying, you jerk-offs. They shouldn't have done that. They should have brought it back. If you have one job, it is to bring back things, you better do it, son. Here, set these like that. This would probably be a good idea to have these guys constantly sit there like this, so that whenever there's an issue like that, they will constantly go pick up whatever's on the ground, because that stuff will degrade fast on the ground. That's thousands of dollars just sitting on the ground rotting. So don't let your troopers drop their weapons and armor on the ground and then just let it sit there. You have to go and grab it. Ideally, I think that the best idea would probably be to have your guys walk back and disband at the warehouse. I do know that they bring the stuff back, but apparently they just chose not to right there. I've seen them carry their things back. The Canators in one of my videos actually walked back into the zone to put their stuff away. But those guys, those lazy bastards, apparently didn't want to do that, so now it's just sitting on the ground. But yeah, the whole goal has been to just kind of keep expanding. I want to see these all in the thousands. Obviously, we don't have any stone right now. I should probably get some of that going too, but I like to see every one of my numbers in the thousands. Oh my god. I think that the one other thing, I sound like I'm bitching, but I'm not. It is the amount of freaking alerts that you get in this game right now is astounding. I think I get an alert like every other day, it feels like. Sometimes every day. Like, you'll get multiple alerts during the day. Like, when you get a murderer, you get so many alerts that you just don't even care. Because it's a 50-50 chance if the murderer is caught or not. It doesn't have anything to do with your skill or your guards or anything like that. So you can just click yes or no, and if it is innocent, then it doesn't matter. If he's guilty, then he goes to jail. But if it's innocent, then you're just gonna have a bunch of dead bodies piling up, because that's it. There's no way to get back at that situation. It is kind of frustrating, but at the same time, it's just one small mechanic in a pile of big old mechanics. So many good mechanics in this game too, so can't really complain too much. Regardless, if you guys have any recommendations for what I should do further in the city, please let me know, as I've got so many good ideas myself. But I am running short. As you can see, we've already filled up a good portion of the map. I'd like to get to at least a couple thousand people, but with Tilapi and Cretonian, you don't really need thousands and thousands of them in your city. You really don't need thousands in general. Once you hit this population level, look at how many resources we're pulling in with just the 10 or 12 guys that we have per warehouse, or workshop I should say. And if I want to, I could just add another row or extend it, etc, etc. It's really just an expansionary thing, and that's why I recommend when you're building in songs, you can go this way. But I think that if you've got the ability to create unique shaped buildings and do all that stuff, definitely do it. I was going for that goal at the start with the Tilapi, but then I realized that when you build a building that's not round, like literally a circle, it doesn't work. So I was going to try to build like unique crescent shapes and other things like that, and it just didn't work out. So that's why we have this little square circle schematic thing here. But it really works out in the end, because ultimately your goal is to have the best productivity. Oh, looks like our fruit orchard has produced its fruit as well. So these guys are grabbing fruit. This will help keep us fed for the next year or so. Ideally, though, the fruit should keep us going through the year. I don't know what happened to all our fruit from last year. I think we had a drought. But look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.